time with Evan.
Hello everyone, my name is Cassandra Hetzel. I wrote the book, The Bow and the Butterfly. And today, me and Evan are going to be reading this wonderful story to you.
Let's get started. The Bow and the Butterfly. There was once a beautiful place deep within the forest. This world was filled with happiness and magical creatures. In the forest, there was one creature that was very different. Her name was Butter. She was a sweet little butterfly. What made her so special was that she had polka dots. Butter didn't like her polka dots. She was the only one in her family and the whole forest who had them. Butter felt very sad and all alone. Why do I have polka dots? She thought to herself. I only wish I was like all the other butterflies. That way I could make some friends. One day, Butter was flying through the forest. She wasn't looking where she was going and ran into a tree. As she fell to the ground, Butter started to cry. She cried so much that she made a puddle full of tears. Butter just stood there and looked at herself in the puddle. She was so sad, she cried herself to sleep. When Butter finally woke up, it was the next morning. The sun was shining through the trees and the wind blew gently. The puddle from her tears had gotten smaller. She took one last look into the puddle. Suddenly, Butter saw a sparkling light. As she blinked her eyes, a fairy appeared. Butter looked up at the fairy. Butter said, "Where did you come from?" The fairy replied,
I live in this forest, and I heard you were crying. By the time I found you, you had fallen asleep.
"Oh," said Butter, surprised. The fairy smiled.
Yes, Butter, I wanted to know why you were crying.
Butter replied, "I don't have any friends because of my polka dots. I feel so sad and alone."
Well, I have a surprise for you,
said the fairy. She gave Butter a bow. The bow was big and pink. It was so big that the bow hit all of her polka dots. Or so Butter thought. "Thank you very much," Butter told the fairy. Butter smiled happily. She was very excited and wanted to show her family and everyone in the forest what the fairy had given to her. Butter put the bow on and flew through the forest so fast and high that she didn't realize her bow fell off. The bow dropped into a muddy puddle. When she arrived, Butter happily told everyone she found. "Hey, look at me, look what I have. The fairy gave it to me." She still didn't know the bow was gone. Butter's family smiled and everyone in the forest cheered, celebrating her happiness. Because she was finally happy and proud of who she was. From that day on, Butter started making friends. The next day, Butter and her friends wandered back into the forest. They were playing hide and go seek. All of a sudden, Butter's friend the squirrel stepped into a puddle. Squirrel said, "Hey everyone, come here and look what I found." Butter and the others came running. "What is it? What is it?" they said. "I found a dirty, muggy, big pink bowl. I wonder where it came from," said Squirrel. Butter was the last one to arrive at the muddy puddle. As she looked down, Butter was surprised to see what was there. "Oh my," said Butter, "that's my bowl." Her friends looked very confused. "I don't understand," said Squirrel. "The fairy gave me a bowl," replied the Butter. "I thought I was wearing the bowl all this time." Snail, another one of Butterfly's friends, said, "Why would you want to hide your beautiful polka dots?" "I just want to be like everyone else," Butter replied. Suddenly, out of nowhere, the fairy appeared.
Hi, Butter,
said the fairy.
"How are you?"
Butter slowly looked up at the fairy and said, "I'm okay. I'm just a little confused. You see, I thought I was wearing my bow the whole time."
"Well,"
said the fairy,
"it looks like you didn't need the bow at all. Your friends and family love you just the way you are."
Butter turned to look at the puddle with the bowl in it. The bowl was muddy and dirty. The pink color had faded. She looked at her bright purple polka dots. Butter said, "Fairy, you're right. I didn't need the bow at all." Butter's friends went to her and said, "We love your polka dots. We all thought you were talking about your polka dots when you said, 'Look at me, look what I have.'" Butter looked at her family and friends. She said, "That bowl helped me find courage I didn't know I had. I'm so glad that it fell off." From that time on, Butter was always happy and thought of herself as special. She learned that everyone in the forest loved her for who she was. Butter didn't need a bow or anything else to make friends.
Do you like the story? If you like the story, there's a link below where you can purchase the book through Amazon.
Please subscribe to watch some more videos from me. Bye! Thank you for watching.